Hello, music fans. I'm here to talk about my top 5 favorite albums from February 2022. And I listened to 16 albums this month. So I'm just picking my top 5 here. So it's the cream of the crop. And yeah, mostly listen to metal, rock, and progressive music as per usual. The odd pop thing here and there, but that's unlikely to make the top 5 for me. But my number 5, jumping right in with Star One, Revel in Time. This is progressive metal. It's got a lot of rock opera influences, a lot of symphonic influences. This is the third album from this project that features Arjen Lucassen, or Arjen Lucassen is kind of the mastermind behind it. He's the composer, plays a lot of the instruments, and then he brings in lots of guests. And on this album, each song is honoring a movie about time travel. And I don't know what all the movies are, but I know some of them. There's Terminator, Back to the Future, Groundhog Day. There's a bunch of other ones in there. And I feel this is the best album from the Star One project. It's not as good as the best Allegaeon album, which is the other project by Arjen Lucassen. But like Allegaeon, they bring in amazing guest vocalists here. The opening track, Fate of Man, has Brittany Slays from Unleash the Archers, and she does a really great job on that. Very impressive vocals. Russell Allen from Symphony X is always amazing on vocals. Michael Mills from Toe Hider is really great on vocals, as well as Ross Jennings from Haken. And that's just to name a few that I really like there. But all the vocalists on this album are really solid. And I think people who like symphonic metal and power metal will really like this. But it's also got hints of prog. So if you're a fan of Symphony X and you like kind of rock operas, I think this will be up your alley. My favorite song here would be Prescient. And then the other cool thing is there's 2 versions of every song that got released. So the main version and then alternate versions that have different singers. So it's really cool to hear different takes on the same song. My number 4 album would be Cult of Luna with their album The Long Road North. This is post-metal with some progressive sludge and doom metal influences. It's their 9th album, and they play slow-paced, kind of trance-inducing music, but still bring the crushing heaviness there. This is my 3rd favorite album of theirs out of their 9. My 2 favorites actually are their last 2, A Dawn to Fear and Mariner with Julie Christmas. But I really like this trio, the trio of their most recent 3 albums now, because they actually expanded their sound more. They incorporate clean vocals in addition to their usual harsh vocals. Those clean vocals weren't really there on their earlier albums. I don't think they're there at all on their first 6 albums, or if they are, they're very rare. They also bring in some guest vocalists as well. Guest vocals done by Marianne Wallenton on the 3rd track called Beyond I. And just having those guest female vocals gives a really nice haunting feel, and it just reminds me of the collaboration they did with Julie Christmas that I love so much. And number 3 is from the band Allegaeon, and the album's called DAMNUM, and this is technical death metal with progressive influences. This is their 6th album, and yeah, I think this is getting into my top 4 of the year as well, right after Wilderun and another 2 that I'm going to mention in this video as my top 2 of the month. The album is a journey. There's guttural death growls, but they also introduce more clean singing and melody than what they had before. And it's a candidate to be their best album, but it's hard to say because I really like 2016 Proponent of Sentience as well. But this comes close to that one. It might be their second best or their best work yet. Number 2 is from the band Persefone, and the album's called Metanoia. This is their 6th album. Another epic journey of an album similar to the Allegaeon one. Little more emphasis on the prog sound than Allegaeon has. Lots of ups and downs between fast, slow, soft, and harsh, and really great playing, maybe even crazier guitar playing than the Allegaeon album. So yeah, this Persefone work is really great. Metanoia. And my number one album of February, which is also so far my favorite album of the year, is by the band Rolo Tomassi, and the album's called Where Myth Becomes Memory. And this is Mathcore with progressive rock and experimental and post-hardcore influences. Lots of different sounds here. This is their 6th album. This is a female-fronted band. Eva can sing angelically, she can scream intensely, and you get both extremes present on this album. And there's a lot of variety here. Some songs and parts sound like synth pop and like indie rock and post rock and shoegaze, and then other parts are kind of the most spastic, frantic, chaotic, and extreme mathcore sounds with screams all over them that you'll hear, kind of reminiscent of the heaviest bits of Dillinger's Escape Plan. So every extreme is present here, and it's just a really fun ride, and you never know what you're going to get with each part. But it still flows, so that's the genius behind it. It doesn't feel jarring. It feels, in some way, it manages to be spastic and chaotic and change a lot, but still feels smooth, which is really nice. So that's my favorite album of February 2022. Let me know if there's others that are similar to these that I might have missed that you think I would like. There are lots of great albums, but I could only pick 5 for this video, so those are the 5 I chose. Hope you enjoy some of those, and until next time, peace out.